Hello, my mathematicians. Today we are looking at Module 15, Lesson 5, which is all about multiplying decimals by two-digit whole numbers. So hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to use an area model and place value patterns to multiply a decimal by a two-digit whole number. So we're going to start with a step it out. It says, when Sierra gets home from school each day, she drinks a 4,700 liter container of water. Find the amount of water Sierra drinks in 26 days. To solve, find 26 times 4700. Write each factor as an expanded form. So what that means is that we're going to take apart 26, and we're going to have it be 20 plus 6. And then we're going to have 4700 is going to equal 4/10 plus 700. Then it says, use the rectangle to make an area model to represent the problem. Think about how to divide the sections using the expanded form of the factors. Find the partial products by finding the area of each section. So we're going to put our 20 and our 6 here. We're going to put our 4/10 and our 700 here. We're going to do 8, 1 and 4/10, 2 and 4/10, 42. Oops, no. Sorry. I'm sure I got those numbers. So we're going to do 28 times 4, 20 times 4/10. Well, 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 2 is 8. We have one place value, so we have one place value. So that's how we got our 8. If we do 4/10 times 6, 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 0 is 0 plus 2, one place value, 2 and 4/10. Then we have 700 times 20. So 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 2 is 14. We have two place values. So we get 1 and 4/10. We don't need that 0 on there. And then 700 times 6. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 0 is 0 plus 4 is 4. And then we have place value. So we have 0 and 4200. So then it says arrange the partial products to find the sum. So 20 times 4/10 was the 8. 20 times 700 was 1 and 4/10. And I'm just adding the zeros on the placeholders to make it easier to line my decimal point. There's 6 times 4/10. So we're going to have, and then 6 times 700. And then we add. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 2, plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. 1 plus 8 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. So how much water does Sierra drink in 26 days? Well, she drinks 12 and 22 hundredths liters. Okay, step it out. Kennard rides his bike 3 and 25 hundredths miles each day to get to and from school for the first 34 days of school. How many miles does he ride in those 34 days? To solve, find 34 times 3 and 25 hundredths. Use place value patterns to find the product using the whole number. So the factor 34 is a whole number. Multiply 3 and 25 hundredths by 100 to make it a whole number. So that would mean we're multiplying by 100 means, so we move our decimal point 2 place values, so we would have 325. So now it says find the product of the whole number. Well, if we have 325 times 34. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Then we make a 0, place a 0. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 3 is 9. Then we add 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 3 plus 7 is 10. 1 plus 1 plus 9 is 11. So we get 11,050. Then how do you use this product to find the actual product? Well, we'll multiply it by 100th. So what is the actual product? Well, multiplying by 100th means we have our decimal point over 2 spots to the left. So then we get 110 and 50 hundredths of a mile. So, but we can write that as 110 and 5/10 mile. We can leave off the 0. But as you notice here in the original problem, if I were to set up the problem, we'd have 3 25 hundredths times 34. There are 2 place values behind the decimal point in the factors. So that means in my product, I have to have 2 place values behind the decimal point, which is where we get the multiplied by 100 multiplied by 100th. So then it says, is the answer reasonable? I'm going to say yes. So an estimate could be 30 times 3 equals 90, which is close to the actual answer. And that is all for today's lesson. Hopefully you are now able to use an area model and place value patterns to multiply a decimal by a 2-digit whole number. And remember, in order to be a math person, all I have to do is be a person and do math.